Alright, sit down, shut up, and somebody call the Coast Guard because we just discovered a new continent and his name is still Genesis. You really named yourself after the beginning of time when you look like the end of a buffet line. You're not the Genesis, you're the exodius of salad. Ain't your triple-decker chin, ginger snap built like a bag of wet cement head out of here, bro. You look like a giant submarine thumb that's been soaking in a tub of gravy for 6 weeks. You're not ginger, you're a hazardous orange traffic cone with a biological glitch. It looks like a pale blood orange that someone dropped in a barbershop floor. Look at your third chin. You've got more storage space up there under your mouth than a Dropbox premium account. You're out here looking like a human destined dog. If I slap your face, you're slightly smaller fat guy that just pops out. You don't have a neck, you have a residential zip code for extra calories.
Emotional, damn it!
Brands of mayonnaise for a living. You're the only person I know who can get a sunburn from a flashlight. You're out here looking like a chilly, frustrated pumpkin that got wished into a real boy with a fairy godmother. You look like a big fat cherry with mashed potato out of a lobby, bro. You look like a Minecraft dirt block that somebody accidentally set on fire. Your chin's literally a safety hazard. If you trip, you're gonna bounce back to the stratosphere like a yoga ball. You're not the Genesis, you're the giga-sized snack pieces. You look like a bowling ball dressed up as a Cheeto for Halloween. You're out here like a duck burger wax filled with maple syrup. You look like a Discord moderator's final evolution. I don't think Ed is screaming for mercy every night like it's in a zombie. You look like a giant friggin' Pam that's trying to learn to use a keyboard. If I should use motion to see level would rise so fast we lose the entire state of Florida. Get your gingerbread man left in the microwave triple chip having calorie collecting gingerbread house eating out of my son. 447. You're done. You're defeated. Go eat a carrot and apologize to your scale. Get him out. Yo, look who just walked in, chat. It's the Genesis, the human embodiment of a page 404 error not found error. You named yourself after the beginning of the universe, just proof that something should have stayed visible. You look like you were doing a lab-eye scientist who's trying to create a functional human being but ran out of budget halfway through and just used wet cardboard and disappointment. I've seen better decision-making from a Minecraft villager walking into a pit of lava than I've seen from your entire existence. You're over here trying to act like a main character, but you have the personality of a prop in a low-budget Roblox title. If I typed generic into a search engine, your profile picture would be the very first thing to show up. You're like a level 1 Minecraft player trying to be a Java PC player. And it shows. Look at your setup, bro. You probably play on a laptop that's currently screaming for help. Thermal throttling because you tried to open more than 2 tabs in a browser. Your photo image looks like a bowl of first spaghetti, and your microphone sounds like you're recording from the inside of a vacuum cleaner submerged in a bathtub. You're out here lag switching your way through life because your brain refresh rate is stuck at 15 hertz. Your name is the Genesis, but the only thing you've ever started is a series of awkward silences. You're the type of person to remind the teacher about homework and then wonder why nobody likes you and nobody invites you to the group chat. You've got the social awareness of a brick and the charisma of a damn towel. If boredom were a person, it would be you standing in the mirror trying to come up with a comeback that isn't just no you. Playing with me! You're out here looking like a budget version of a side character from a straight-to-DVD movie that got canceled before the pilot. Your haircut looks like it was done by a lawnmower with a glitch. You walk into a room and the vibe doesn't just drop, it flies or for bankruptcy. You're a walking, talking participation trophy that nobody actually wanted to get out of hand out. You really thought you did something with that username, did you? The Genesis, or like the Exodiacs, because everyone leaves as soon as you start talking. You're a professional victim of your own bad takes. You spend all day on Discord looking for a crumb of attention, but even the bots are ignoring your pings. You look like a pop-up ad that everyone ignores and has already installed a blocker. Boy, if you don't get your I just learned how to use a keyboard, look itself out of my ear, you sound like a rehearse for your own insults in front of a stuffed animal and you still lose the argument. You're out here trying to be intimidating, but you have the threat level of a ladybug. You're a glitch in the system because you're too insignificant to cause a crash. You're the type of dude to buy a gaming chair and think it's going to fix your 0.05 KD radio. You're out here getting outplayed by toddlers on iPads while you're sweating through your shirt trying to pro gamer your way out of the silver ring. Your gameplay is so mid and makes unflavored oatmeal look like a gourmet meal. You're a walking tutorial on how to completely forget someone. Listen, you're a big belly ginger with the frizz in the middle, a human-sized Cheeto that's starting to sizzle. You're around as a riddle. Your hair is forest of orange and copper. You look like a mummet that fell in the hopper. A caloric flopper. You're walking around like a giant orange grape with a long-haired cake in a circular shape. You're losing the race to a piece of fruit cake. Your heavenly weight is a mistake with a gingerbread cake. You're shaking the floor when you step in the room with that mop on your head like a dirty old broom. You're doomed to the gloom of a snack cake Tom with a ginger snap blue in a Sonic Speed boom.